Hello, hello. Happy December. This is JJ DiGeronimo, and I'm so honored to have so many of my Lightworkers, healers, and mystic friends together again, where they're sharing not only what they're doing in their work, but because it is 12/12, what we're releasing and what is on the horizon for 2026. With that, I'm so honored to be with all of you here and virtually, and I just look forward to hearing what you're up to. So, Jeannie, Dr. Jeannie, would you like to go first?
Yes, thank you. I'd be happy to. It's my first meeting here with all of you. I know you've been together for a year. I'm delighted to be here. I just met JJ last week, and we had a wonderful podcast together. My work is as a light worker, as all of you, in the space of metaphysics. I'm a metaphysician and a holistic life purpose coach. And I use the word life because outside of our world here, the mainstream gets afraid when they hear the word soul, but it's all about soul purpose. And a key part of my program is evolutionary astrology. So I'm an evolutionary astrologist as well, a number of other credentials. But those aside, I, like all of you, feel called to be the change. It gets me to bed early at night so I can get up early in the morning. And it's something that I just must do. I spent 35 or more, it was more, years in technology, but always on the side, building what eventually became my current business and my current way of serving and fulfilling my soul's destiny for all of us, which is to serve. And so we find our way in which to do that. And I'm happy to meet all of you. If I were to think of what I am releasing, it's always the fear of being uniquely who I am and letting my light shine. And that would be it for today. And thank you for the opportunity to go first.
Thank you so much. And we'll just go round robin, but if anybody wants to put their email or Instagram or website in the chat, please feel free to do so, or on the website togetherweseek.online. Great. Who's up next? Heather, do you want to take off?
I will. Hello. Happy 1 year anniversary on this, JJ, and thank you so much for doing it. I have a lot going on my day, like all of us, but there was no way I was going to miss the opportunity on 12/12 to be with all of you today. Like, it just yeah, we have to be together in some way today. So anyway, so I'm Heather. I live in Huron, Ohio. For those of you that are familiar with Cedar Point, I'm not very far away from Cedar Point or very far away from Waterwood, where JJ likes to go and have wonderful, yummy times. Anyway, so I am a non-denominational ordained minister. I'm also an advanced EFT practitioner. I really do a lot of trauma healing, but I do a lot of it through my intuition. And I also have been a hairdresser for over 30 years. So, Jeannie talking about our service and being of service. If I only did serene intentions as my only service, I would not touch all of the people that I actually physically touch in a beauty shop, which is why I feel like it's the synergy of my two lives. Like, serene intentions is my soul work, and the beauty shop is my life work, as you said, right? And so, but it's the synergy of bringing them together, because in the beauty shop, I mean, I'm just who I am, and I'm touching you, and Reiki's happening, and intuition's happening, and whatever's happening. And I'm going to say this today for the first time publicly, thanks to JJ. Last year on New Year's Eve, I made a decision, and I am going to be writing a book that I've already started writing. My whole body shakes saying it, because I know that I'm supposed to do this, and I so don't want to do it in any way, shape, or form. And all they tell me is, you didn't want to start Serene Intentions either, so write the book. So anyway, I'm going to do it. So blessings to all of you for the lights that you are and the service that you are to all the people that you are. Namaste.
Hello, everyone. I'm Donna Bond. I'm a soul catalyst and a spiritual psychology life coach. I'm fully out of the closet with the soul business. I spent 28 years in the corporate sector, and I've been doing this now for a decade. What I'm up to right now is really immersing myself even more deeply with the gene keys. And I will be participating next year with the Sages Golden Path Retreat, which Richard Rudd himself will be leading for the last time, which is really exciting to have the opportunity to be in the presence of such a master and poet and luminary. So I'm, as a guide, as a Gene Key guide, also running alongside of that, my sort of parallel satellite container that I will hold in conjunction with the bigger journey, which is called Ignite Your Light. So I've just been working on that. I am actually seeking some digital marketing support. I'm looking for somebody who can get their arms around Go High Level, which is the new back end system that I've moved into. And I'm looking for some assistance. So if anybody has any resources that you would or could be willing to share, that would be amazing. And just a shout out to Catherine, who really helped me with some body work earlier in the week with a really bizarre injury. I've done something to my rib. My rib like got under some pressure and popped, and I'm a little off this week. So I just wanted to say thank you to Catherine, and I am studying with her in her Your Body Talk group. So that's been amazing. Thank you. And JJ, thank you for doing this. You're just such a breath of fresh air, and you come on and in with all of this yummy effervescence and this light and this good juju. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
With that, I will go next and thank you both and all of you for showing up today. It's beautiful to do this. I'm actually at Christ Hospital today. My mother has been in the hospital for some time. And so, in order to maximize time with her, I am staying and doing this call from here. And I do a number of things. I was in corporate America myself for 29 years, and was also doing a business called Listen to the Body Talk, which is simply that, at its simplicity, and then at the complexity aspect, it's all of our body's wisdom, in all the various ways that it is communicating with other parts. And what Body Talk is intended to do is help those body parts work more effectively together, right? Get our hormones going in the right direction, getting our dopamine hits with reward systems when we do something well. And obviously those feel good hormones like serotonin, and sleep hormones like melatonin, and being able to activate our healthy responses, not only from a physiological perspective, which is what I'm describing there, but also from the anatomy itself and from the psychology of not only organs, endocrines, and body parts, but we're utilizing the gene keys to go down to the level of the genetic code, in which we often lock down those traumas that we're healing in many different ways from this perspective. You know, they get locked into the DNA and close down some of those pathways that would be producing some proteins to make hormones and our biological function and make us optimally functioning. But when we unlock it from the DNA, then our bodies begin to produce those hormones, or have the flexibility to produce and close down, because obviously things like melatonin and epinephrine. We want the sleep hormone to come down when we're wanting to be active, right? When we don't want to be falling asleep on our walk in the morning to get some exercise. So we want that flexibility. And in my course that I'm doing, it's called Listen, or the Body Speaks, the Journey with Mind Body Maps. And we're doing an exploration for 12 months. It's a 12-month course with little home play assignments that go all the way through that help to reinforce the information that's coming in. And our next class, it's recorded, so you can catch up at any time, but it is one of those experiential courses. And we're studying how we integrate the gene keys with our organs, endocrines, and body parts. So it's the same core information that Richard Rudd is describing and that Donna described that she's working with directly with her clients, and being able to reinforce how that relates in with all the body's functions. And we bring in lots of different tools to be able to implement those. The gems that Richard Rudd has identified as crystals that support those different genes, essential oils that support those genes, as well as the animal archetypes that come from the dream arc work that he has done, along with all the body parts, the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, the blood system, all of that, and bringing all of those together in one overall system. And it's pretty fun. It's intended to be a lot of play, and hopefully those that are interested in it will search me out and either get involved this time or when we repeat it live on Zoom. It's not live in person, but live on Zoom in future years. And what am I letting go of? It's mom's illness. How about that? We'll let go of one trying to fix her and allow her body to do its natural healing process and do that effectively well. I can't let it go, but she has to. So there we go.
It's quiet, so I'll go next. Hi, everyone. It's so nice to meet you. This is my first time. The date today just feels like it's a great time to be here and join for the first time. Happy 12/12 portal to everybody. Many blessings to each and every one of you. JJ, I'm so happy to have met you. She and I met through one of my clients and one of her friends, and the connection was made a year ago, and we really just connected in the last couple of weeks. And on a personal note, I have really moved away from the spiritual community. For me, it just hasn't been safe. Everybody's toxicity has been just spitting outward. So I moved into kind of an isolation period over the last couple of years, and just meeting you and right now just being in this group really feels like you are the gateway. So thank you for bringing us together and providing a safe environment and what feels to me like an authentic community and people really joining from the heart. So I am so happy to be here. As far as to what I do, I have, stuff that I've studied, but I really think that we're moving into a time of total embodiment and just expanded consciousness. And I embody what it is to be an intuitive healer. And I mostly do it because it's work I've done on myself that I now get to share with others. As far as what's coming on the horizon, I really don't know. 2026 is going to be, I feel it already. It's a shift year for me. So I am in a place of just total embodiment and living and being present in the moment with every person and tree and animal and rock and cloud. I'm just with everything present around me. And it's not so much a time of doing anymore for me. and having to complete these things and having to create, but simply just being in conscious awareness and allowing that to be sort of like opening the path. So I'm totally trusting. And what I'm letting go of is expectations and having to have a certain outcome or identify myself with success in a certain way. And yeah, it's just totally freeing. I feel really good and I'm happy to share that. And so, yes, that's it for me. So nice to meet every one of you and just be surrounded by such good energy. So namaste.
I guess I'll go next. My name's Judy Honorato, and I'm up in Canada, just outside of Toronto. My what are we looking towards, and where am I going these days? My work, Jeannie, you and I have some commonality. I work with astrology, Chinese metaphysics, and numerology, and
Cool.
use it to really strengthen our position, to really become strong within ourselves in our own self-knowing and in alignment with our soul path, and connecting our work to that soul path, connecting our timing for the different aspects of our work. So we actually get off of our self-criticism and doubt and judgment when things aren't going the way that we expect or others expect it to look like, and really come in and trust. I love this time of year because it's like, okay, what are our assets that we're moving into? And it's such a profound shift right now, that there's a lot for us to look at and to see how much we are in alignment with it, and where these tweaks can happen, because we're looking at things on a what's the word, worldly level or global level. That is massive change that we haven't experienced before. But we can get flavors. We can get flavors and senses of where we're going and the essence of the energy that we're working with. And so we can each make it our own. Actually, just before the call, I was reminded that I think it might have been 20 years ago, I was making flower and gem essences, and they were actually tied into astrology, even though I didn't know any at the time. And somebody kind of put me in my place in the sense of giving me the clarity to recognize the reverence of our work. You know, it's so like a lot of our work, it's like, okay, you do this and this, flower essences, you put flowers in water, in the sunlight, and the energy transposes, but we all know there's way more than that. But the simplicity of the action that was taken was what gave me less reverence for the work that I was doing, and less reverence for the fact that I was chosen to do that work and given the capacity to sense and feel and know and communicate with the flowers and such like. So I just wanted to put that out for everybody today, just so that they really, move into this reverent, like when you move into reverence for yourself and the gifts you've been given and the work that you're here to do, it's not egoic, it's reverence. It's such a powerful place to be. So let's get rid of the non-reverence and bring in the reverence.
Judy, I think it was you that told me January 20th is a big day, like a big shift is coming. And when we talked a couple weeks ago, you were saying like all this is shifting. So I met with Judy because I'm publishing another book, and I'm like, okay, I'm thinking about this day, I'm thinking about this, and she really nailed it in. She's like, late March, early April is when your book should come out. I'm like, all right, that can happen. And I think we were talking about how things are shifting here at the end of the year with Pluto and Mars and Jupiter, obviously Neptune. So
there's like so many big. Oops.
Yeah. Oh, you just muted yourself.
There's so many big shifts. And, I can't remember if that date was for you specifically, JJ, or whether it was. And to tell you the truth, I've been like up to here with with the different transits and stuff that are happening next year. So it's all a blur to me right now. So sorry, I can't.
Yeah, no, I
confirm
do
with
that
you.
too. When I talk to people, I'm not talking to them. I'm a channel for them, so I can't remember. But all the big planets are going to be in their sign in 2026 by I think it's like, I think a lot of it's going to be happening in the spring, but finally, I think by June, everything is going to be in its place. And it's a huge
That'll
shift for
be it
us.
because Uranus will be moving into Gemini, and so February 20th is a big date when Neptune and Saturn come together at 0 degrees of Aries on February 20th. Major date, and they're not kicking back into Pisces again. So this really moves us forward as spiritual warriors. I love that analogy. But the week of February 20th, and there's so many details, right?
Yes.
As to what goes on in the sky, right, Judy? But I do recall that week is a very powerful week that is setting up a particular era. But
So it's coming. I feel like for all of
it's
us,
coming.
we've been working so hard. As Diana has said, all of it, we've been working so hard, and I think a lot of us are going to see this big shift. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this unfolds for many of us over 2026 and beyond.
It's a time like no other.
Yay. Caroline, I know we're all like, yay. Caroline jumped in, and I think we still have one more, right? Rioja, she's in from Spain. Is she here too? See, I didn't see her face. Let's see where she is. Here you are. Yeah. So tell us what's happening in Spain. And then Caroline, love to hear what's going on. Okay.
So should I go first? Yeah? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sure. Thank you, JJ. Hi, everyone.
Can you turn up your volume a little?
Is that better? It's at the max.
Okay.
Maybe. Okay, can you
I
hear
know
me?
it's late, but maybe just talk a little louder so we can all hear it.
Yeah, I think it's just because I'm also in the midst of my luteal phase, so I'm very like slow and yeah, just taking it all very, very slowly today. But I'm gonna try to raise my voice a little. Okay, so yeah, my name is Majo. I am based in Madrid, as JJ was saying. I met JJ on her podcast. I was a guest on her podcast, and then she was a guest on mine. Last week, I think we recorded, which was very fun. I'm a somatic coach, so a body-based coach, and I work with women specifically in the area of love, dating, and relationships. But I like to say always that I see dating and love and sexuality as a portal because the real destination is you, and that changes that come in your life when you actually reconnect with your body and the whole power of it. So my brand is actually called She's Embodied, and something I'm very excited about that's new and I think is going to be the most exciting thing in my 2026 is, as I was saying, the podcast that yeah, JJ was on, and you will be one of the first episodes, JJ, that comes out in 2026. And I would actually love having most of you or like all of you here. That would be amazing. It's called Tell Me How Good It Got, and it's stories of women who like many of you have defied the rules and ditched the script for what life's supposed to look. So I love hearing many of you were like in corporate America or in many ways just did life your way and ditched the rules. That's so inspiring for me, and that's the whole thing of my podcast. So yeah, I'll definitely drop the link here for anyone interested in joining. I know I've already connected with a few of you. And what I'm letting go, and I love that question, JJ, thank you, is definitely doubt, imposter syndrome, and doing things not in my way. I feel like for a long time in business, I was doing things like I should. And now it's doing things like they feel good and aligned. So actually applying my own teachings to my business, that is being a game changer. And yeah, lovely meeting you all. And JJ, thank you so much for welcoming me.
Okay, thank you, Majo. And I know that is it Majo or Majo? Am I saying that right?
It's Majo with an E.
Majo.
H. Yeah.
Maho. So yes, I know that you and I are supposed to connect, and I hope to do that soon. But hi, everyone. I'm Caroline, and I'm a part of Personality Explained Astrology. So love to hear that there's several also colleagues on this call that we have similar visions and gifts to sharing with the world. My background is also I come from the corporate space for many years, and the universe pushed me to share more of my spiritual gifts with the world, which is still more in progress, I would say, with really getting myself out there. But I'm excited for the transits that are occurring this coming year. And certainly been working on, how do I produce more change regarding astrology and having people understand more about their birth charts. So when we talk about reverence, Judy, like just acknowledging the gifts that we all have. And one of my gifts, I'd like to think, is explaining astrology in simple terms for people, right? So it's really just keeping it simple. Like we all have a birth chart and this is what you can learn. So I'm looking forward to being kind of like a gateway for people. They're like, oh, because a lot of people who you speak to, they're like, I've never even heard of a birth chart. I don't even know what it looks like. So just kind of giving them that introduction and just explaining it to them in simple terms. So that is one of my strengths. So I've been working on a few avenues. I think the last time we spoke, the Parenting Edge, that's my parenting mini course. So that's officially launched now and that's out in the world. Yay, yay. So next steps are really marketing. So it's one of those, you go through the whole journey. You're like, create the product, and then you're like, oh, well, now people need to know about it. So what's the best way for that to happen, right? And a lot of learning there. But I've run ads. I'm doing the whole, email list, and so I have that track. I'm a manifesting generator, so I have a couple ideas in my head. Um, I also have I'm also passionate about relationships and how that astrology can help you in relationships and synastry. So that's also going to be launching in terms of karmic connections. So I think, Maho, that would be a great topic to talk about. So super excited about that. And yeah, I don't know if I spoke about this, but there's a new platform called Unanara. I don't know if anyone here has heard of it, but I wanted to put a plug about it because it just launched December 1st. And it's essentially a platform of healing where you have on-demand sessions of like spinal energetic work, EFT tapping, meditation, ecstatic dance, and also astrology. So I highly recommend checking it out. There's about 50 on-demand classes right now, and there are live classes as well. And you get 50% off joining for your first month. And so it's really awesome. When you take a look at it, it looks so professional. We like to call it the Netflix of healing. And I think the vision is that people can just kind of, yes, it's great to do these things in person, but sometimes if you just want to do it from the comfort of your own home, that's also an option. And I've been learning a lot. So I attend the live sessions. Um, there was a session this week about IFS, I think something, the family systems. I don't know if anyone here is aware of like the different parts of ourselves. And so it's like physical healing. So literally I was on a spinal energetics call, which also I don't know if anyone is aware, but it's like working with your chakra energies, and that can be done virtually also. Um, but yeah, so unanara.com. I'm putting a plug in this group. I think it's adjacent to everything that we do, and it's something definitely to keep an eye out. But I'm doing a session on December 30th about the astrology for 2026 in the platform. So if you wanted to join, you can. And just, for the monthly fee, it's like you get so many different classes, but it's great. So what am I releasing this year? Or on this portal? I think it's releasing, it's really stepping into, and this is happening in my chart as well, um, with a transit happening in my sixth house, which is in Aries because I'm Scorpio rising, but really just focused on like my daily routine. So really just treating it seriously. And so, Jean, I resonated with what you said, just going to bed early and waking up with the mission to serve and taking small steps every day to kind of bring my vision to life. So I'm really feeling that pull. I think obviously that's best practice, right? But so I'm excited for these Aries transits. I don't have any planets in Aries. I do have an asteroid. I forget which one, but yeah, I'll still feel that shift in my sixth house. So nice to meet all of you.
Congratulations.
Thank
Lovely
you.
information.
Thank you. And yeah, JJ, happy 1 year anniversary. About a year ago, I was on your podcast. So that's, yeah, again, also so grateful to you and finding me on the internet, right? It's one of those, I was putting out content and JJ reached out. So it just goes to show when you put yourself out there, right? People come to you. So yay. Happy 12/12.
I love that. I love that. And I just, you guys are also inspiring. I love everything that you're doing. And I have seen a shift from the time we started this a year ago to now, the confidence. Like you can go back and watch the videos of how people describe themselves when we first started. And there was a lot of pausing and umming and likes. And I feel like the shift has happened and you can just see it even in how you describe yourself and your work. So I find that so just motivational that we all are clearing more ways than we probably even realize. And then, Caroline, will you put it in the chat for sure? Because I can't spell, so can you
Yeah,
put it in the chat for sure? And
put it
then,
there.
can people apply to be teachers?
Yes, so you definitely can apply. There's a link, I think when you go to the website, you can apply to be a facilitator.
Okay.
So
All right. And are they paying you or no? It's like, no. Tell us.
So it's based on how many people watch your videos, right?
Okay.
So I'm submitting my videos for free with the idea that people will watch my content, and then depending on how many people watch it, I'll get a payout. So,
Okay. That's
you know,
interesting. Okay, that sounds great. And is it US based or?
it is, yes, the woman who runs it, she's in Denver, I think, but it's
Super.
US based, but I
That
mean, it's
sounds
virtual.
great.
So, yeah.
Well, one of the things too, like if you have events, like say you plan events in March or April or May, I'm going to pop in here in the Together We Seek, there's an event space that you can add your events to anything we're doing. I'm starting and I'm actually just working on hiring a marketing person too, but I'm going to start sharing your events with my community too and through social. So I want people to work with more of you more often because I feel like you are the can openers a lot to their soul work. And in my fourth book, I highlight a lot of my guests in the podcast and the work that they do because I want to normalize working with healers, lightworkers, and mystics. That is one of my goals here being on the planet, that this is part of our journey if we allow it to be so. So continue to add your events up there as they come available or as you know. And I don't know, I feel like what kept coming to me as a field trip, maybe in 2026, somehow we all have to meet in person. So, I mean, there's a lot of great places with all of you on here. I know that Donna didn't mention, but she's in Costa Rica. We have Spain, we have Canada. There's a lot, Waterwood and Vermilion. There's a lot of places. So maybe we have to have some kind of meetup in the fall of 2026. Start our own spiritual conference. Because we've all been to others, and it might be neat to start our own and just pick cities we want to go to or places we want to experience. And we become our own event and let people come to us.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So with
exciting.
that, does anyone else have any requests or asks or points before we wrap up?
I mean, I did resonate with what you were saying, JJ, about, how the lack of ums and ands, and, it's also just like showing up every day. And then that's really the only way that we learn, right? So some of it can be theoretical, but then you kind of have to just experience it and then you learn that way. So that's exciting too. But so awesome. I'm excited for 2026.
Me too. And I'm just happy to see all of you. You definitely made my day. Jeanne, did you want to mention? I see you just came off mute. Well, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. I hope you guys take advantage of the links in the chat. I'll leave it open for a minute if there's anything that you want to click. I will definitely check out the platform. And if anyone, if anyone's starting a podcast or wants to talk about that, I mean, there's several podcasters on here too. So if anyone needs some help with that, that's something we can explore maybe January, February too.
Well, to that point, I'd like to add, Maho, I pulled your information. I don't have a podcast because it's not really it's not part of me, but I love to appear on podcasts, of course, and spread the news. So anybody out here, I've dropped my information if you want to send me a way to hook up with you to join your podcast. Maho, I've got yours. I'd be delighted.
Amazing. Looking forward to it.
That's it. Thank you. Great to meet everybody.
Yes. And then Sarah, she had to jump off early, but she is on Together We Seek. She has started a group that helps each other post, or she calls it Boost Buddies on Instagram, where you like each other's posts. I know Carolyn's doing this too, where you help each other just kind of get seen with your posts. So if anyone's interested as part of their marketing campaign, I know they'll probably do more of that in January and beyond. So right now it's kind of hard to get up and above all of the marketing for the holidays, but I feel like this is a long-term thing. So if you're interested in that, it is on the Together We Seek online under Boost Buddies. So you'll see a whole group on that. Well, with that, Catherine, I hope your mom is doing okay and just sharing a lot of love with you, going through that transition now of helping her help herself in regards to energy. And everybody, I just hope you have a lovely, beautiful holiday season.
You as well, JJ. Blessings,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Blessings to everyone.